Hi and welcome to this Fusion 360 tutorial. Today we're going to look at the chamfer tool in Fusion, and as you can see on the screen at the bottom, we're going to look at two particular activities or challenges. So first of all, we're going to look at how to control a chamfer and create what's called a miter and a blend, as you can see in the bottom right. Then we're going to have a go at controlling the chamfer by changing the distance and the angle, and we can have full control of that feature. So if you require any of the completed models or any other documentation to complete these challenges, please check the link in the description below. So if we jump into Fusion, what we're going to look at next is adding a chamfer. Now a chamfer is adding an angle on a set of edges or an individual edge depending on what you select. So we've looked at fillet. So fillet, okay, is adding sort of that round. And if we go into the same area, we've got what's called a chamfer. And as you can see, it gives us a preview of what it would look like once we've applied that technique. So this is adding an angle onto an edge. And like we said before, there may be a number of reasons you might want to do that in terms of improving the aesthetics, the ergonomics or safety of a design, or in a manufacturing process, this might make the manufacturing process easier if you add, okay, a chamfer. So if we go into chamfer, and what we're going to do is we've got the options here. And again, very similar to the fillet, we have a number of different options which we're going to look at. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to do an equal distance. And we're going to select each one of these edges of the cylinders that are sticking outside. So again, I'm holding control to select each one. I've got the option here or here to add a size. And as you can see, if we flip the direction, that has added, okay, a 10 millimeter distance in from this edge, what would be here, okay, and then again from the other edge, okay. So it's adding a 10 millimeter equal distance. That's why I can't change this option I've got in there. All right. If I went to two-sided, then I could change this and add a slightly different angle. But for this instance, we want to keep it simple, 10 by 10. Now, the other option that we've got is here, which we're going to look at in a second, is the corner type. Now, because this doesn't have a corner, because it's a round, okay, you will not see any difference by selecting these options. The only time you're going to see the difference is that if we add another set, we're going to choose these edges here. So I'm going around holding control again. I'm just making sure I've got all the edges like so, and I got that one at the back like that, and the vertical one at the back. There you go. And I'm going to add a size in this time, and we're going to go for 10 again. I'm going to go equal again. Okay, it's going to be a nice simple equal one. That means it's staying the same, okay, in terms of removing the material from the side and the top. But what we've got now, if we zoom in, is you've got different corner types that you can apply. So you've got what's called a chamfer, and basically that will create this sort of triangular point where the three edges meet. You've got what's called a miter, so it divides sort of those edges into three. So if you imagine the angle between those, 120 degrees between each one of those. And then the last one is where it blends those in and it creates this sort of hexagonal shape. Okay, so you've got three different types there that you can add depending on what you want to achieve. And I'm going to click OK. There you go. So as you can see, very, very quickly, we have changed that design from having no sharp edges by adding a fillet. So again, aesthetically, it improves the design, but also from an ergonomics and safety point of view, we're getting rid of those sort of sharp edges there. There will be, again, a little bit of an edge on here, but you are removing that main sort of sharp edge. And again, any of these features, you can go in, edit, and you can decide on if you want to change those, because aesthetically, it's not what you want. All right. And again, you could always delete those. and click OK. So within there, we've created two sets of a fillet chamfer within one feature. And that's a good technique to use is to batch those together so you don't end up having loads down here. And then if you want to come back and edit them, it's very quick. You can right click, change a couple of values, and all of them change in one go. So what we're going to add here is, again, we're going to use this design I created during the extrude videos. We're going to add a chamfer, and I wanted to show you a couple of little extra things. So we're going to go into and add, again using control. So this time we're going to add, set that last one. We're going to add a very, very simple equal distance. Okay, all right, chamfer on there. So that's very easy to do, equal distance. If we wanted to edit that though, and actually go into two-sided, this is where we can then change the options. So if I just spin this to here, and then I'll do a cross-section to show what it looks like, because I've gone two-sided, I'm going to change that to 10. Okay, and click OK. And then what I'll do is I'll just do a cross-section to show you what it looks like going through there. All right, you can see this angle here. We go into that. If I change that to 5, okay, it's taking 5 from the top and 5 sort of the left or the right angle like that. But if I change that, you see the drop goes down by 10 millimeters. So I've got full control of that distance, right, depending what I want to achieve from that. And again, of course, I could make them equal there, or I could change it again there. All right, so that's what a two-sided is. I'm in control of both those dimensions there. And you can drag it, so visually if you wanted to change it, you've got options with dragging that in and out as well. And of course, these dimensions will change. Let me just take that analysis off. So we've done that chamfer in the middle. What we're going to do now is go to chamfer again, and I'm going to choose all these outer points. Oh, actually, I'll choose the top edges, I reckon. There you go. And what we've done is we've done the equal. It's quite straightforward. We did the two distance. Now we're going to do distance and angle. All right, so it gives us a distance and angle this time. So we're going to go for those 4 edges, 5 millimeters, but I can change the angle this time. So I'm going to go for, say, 25. Now let's have a look at what that actually looks like in terms of the angle here. All right, so that's the one I've done before. Okay, all those. What we're looking at is this top edge. So I've got the distance of 5, so that's that distance there. Okay, and then I've got my angle here, and I've got full control of that angle. The reason it came up for 1 in there is because I've gone to 0. So I've got full control of the angle as well as the distance. Now you might say, well, actually, I want to change the angle up there and the distance that way. That's where the flip comes in. So now I can change the distance going down, and then from that 5 millimeter drop, from that point, I've got control of the angle this time. So this is where the flip comes in. We haven't used that before. Okay, to flip between the two like that. And then if I click OK, and just come out of that analysis, you can see I've added that angle along the top. And of course I could do the bottom and continue to add different angles in different sets. So that's how you can add those different types, okay, of chamfers, as you can see in there. So equal distance, 2 distances, and distance and angle. Thanks for watching, and if you found this content helpful, please click like and subscribe, and also check out any other resources and videos created using the links in the description. I'll see you on the next one.